work. Okay, so now let's look at ears. Okay, so an ear is shaped something like this. So this grows out of the face, so it's coming out of the cheek. There's a curl up here. This has got a shadow underneath of it. That curl ends up, it's rounded. So it's got a shadow, it's an overhang, we could call it an overhang. It comes into just a crease that disappears somewhere in that area right there. So in this area here, we have what we call a Y, which would be, there's a dip in that area there, so I'm just drawing the highlight, so I'm getting the highlight. So as we come down in here, it follows around and the cartilage of the little tab in front of your ear happens here. And then that rounds into a piece of cartilage that sticks up right in there. And then somehow they come together, but it's a soft curve at that point. So this represents the area that's in here that's dark and going into the canal. So this is the edge of that piece of, and then we have this little ridge that comes across here as well. So there's something like that. Anyway, I think that one's too much, that one in there. So if we go into the center of the ear, we get it darker because this is the darkest area. This is where the canal is. The ear canal is behind that tab. It's protecting it. So that's the darkest area. We get a cast shadow underneath of this. We have a little bit of an indentation there. We have a little bit of an indentation there. And then we come into softer tissue rounding out. So the highest points on an ear is this area here. This area here, if you're looking at them sideways, possibly this area here if we're looking at them sideways, and then there will always be some light in here. There's a high point on this Y that we look for in the ear. We don't want to overstate an ear. If you draw it like this on the corner, on this face, because this is a side view, this is a forward view. If you try to get all that into this image, she's going to look like she has,
Dumbo ears.
yes, Dumbo ears, yes. Okay, so with her, anywhere between the eyebrow line and the eye itself can be where it starts, so somewhere in here. Okay, so top of the ear, when we're looking at people from the side, all we're gonna get is we're gonna get the edge of an ear, something like this. So all you're gonna see is this curve going like that, so that represents this area here. That fold becomes now something that you may see just as a dark line because you're now looking into that fold. That Y that is in here is represented by a dark, that dark line becomes this small dark right there.